Hello there, my name is David Copper, and welcome back to Surviving the Blaze, your headquarters for all things related to post-apocalyptic and dystopian fiction. And today we are kicking off a series of the top 10 post-apocalyptic and dystopian novels of all time. And what better way to kick that series off than with a novel that many people feel kicked off the genre of dystopian fiction. I am talking about We by Yevgeny Zamyatin. Feel free to correct me on my pronunciation because I'm sure I didn't nail it. We depicts a stark, soulless world governed by the strictest form of rationalism. The ruler is known as the benefactor, and in this world, known as one state, the citizens have numbers, no names, no individual identities, no dreams of their own. In other words, in this world, there is no you, no I, only a we. Now, if any of this sounds familiar, it's probably because authors like Aldous Huxley and George Orwell were seemingly taking notes. Zamyatin's book, after all, was published 100 years ago, so roughly 8 years before Brave New World, 25 years before Orwell's 1984, and 29 years before Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. But then again, there was a reason Zamyatin could divine the dark future before his colleagues could. As a Russian citizen in the 1920s, he had a front-row seat to the unfolding sideshow of horror known as the Soviet Union. It doesn't take much imagination to see the parallels between We and the world to come in the author's home nation. Influence and prescience aside, it's kind of tough to evaluate the quality of We. The novel was written 100 years ago, and that's pretty evident, in good and bad ways. Its style demands patience in ways that most contemporary writing does not. And at times, the romantic subplot can feel a little dated and sentimental. Yes, there is a romantic subplot. And why not? I mean, in a world ruled by tedious, unromantic numerical precision, what better way to subvert the system than to fall in love? That's what happens to our protagonist D503 when he meets I330 and subsequently opts to abandon the rigid system he had previously loved and worshipped. Before we reach that ideal. The ideal, it's clear, is to be found where nothing happens but here. I will give you an example. In the state paper I read in 2 days, the holiday of justice will be celebrated on the plaza of the Q. This means that, again, some number has impeded the smooth run of the great state machine. Again, something that was not foreseen or forecalculated happened. Besides, something happened to me. True, it occurred during the personal hour, that is, during the time specifically assigned to unforeseen circumstances. Yet, at about 16, to be exact, 10 minutes to 16, I was at home. Suddenly the telephone. D503? A woman's voice. Yes?
Are you free?
Yes.
It is I330. I shall run over to you immediately. We shall go together to the ancient house. Agreed?
I330. This irritates me, repels me. She almost frightens me. But just because of that, I answered yes. In 5 minutes, we were in an arrow, blue sky of May. The light sun and its golden arrow buzzed behind us without catching up and without lagging behind. Ahead of us in a white cataract of a cloud. Yes. Thank you for joining us on Surviving the Blaze. My name is David Copper. I write fiction under the pen name Copper Smith. You can find my work on Amazon, and I would be very happy if you did so.